Pivot pin removal, cleaning, reinstallation, and recalibration, Panther Classic Dolly. Preparation and safety. Ensure dolly is empty and placed on a flat, stable work surface. Put on gloves and safety goggles, gather tools, socket wrench or Allen key as applicable, soft mallet, lubricant, cleaning solvent, rigs, torque wrench, and thread locker optional. Disassembly and removal. Support the wheel or caster as you slide the pivot bolt out to prevent sudden drop. Set aside any washers, sleeves, or bushings for inspection and reuse. Remove dirt, rust, or old lubricant using a wire brush if necessary. Inspect bolt, bushings, and housing for excessive wear or damage. Replace any worn components. Let everything dry completely before reassembling. Key adjustment for metal lock nuts. Thread locking. Metal lock nuts don't have built-in resistance like nylon ones. So it's recommended to apply a medium-strength thread locker like Blue Loctite to the bolt threads during reassembly. This helps maintain secure fastening under vibration or load. Torque precision. Ensure the nut is torqued just enough to secure the pivot without binding the caster. Over-tightening can compress metal components and affect wheel rotation. Additional pro tips. Inspect the lock nut's internal threads if they've lost their bite. It's best to replace them to maintain grip. If the lock nut uses a deformed thread design, like a prevailing torque nut, torque it to spec and avoid reusing it more than a few cycles. calibration and final alignment, check that caster rotation is smooth and centered. Adjust bolt tension slightly if there's too much resistance or wobble. Reinstall protective cap securely over the pivot. Test dolly movement in all directions under light load to confirm calibration. Routine cleaning and maintenance, Panther Classic Dolly. Surface cleaning, wipe down frame, handles, and caster housings with a damp cloth. Use mild soap solution to remove grease, grime, and buildup. Dry with clean lint-free towels to prevent corrosion or rust spots. Wheel and axle cleaning, spin each wheel and check for smoothness. Remove any hair, string, or debris wrapped around axles. Clean wheels with a brush and degreaser if needed. Lubrication points. Apply light machine oil or silicone spray tube. Wheel axles, swivel joints, any metal-on-metal pivot surfaces. Wipe off excess to avoid attracting dirt. Fastener check, inspect all bolts, nuts, and screws for tightness. Confirm pivot and axle bolts are still secure post-recalibration. Retighten or replace worn fasteners. Brake and lock function if applicable. Test brake mechanisms for proper engagement and release. Lubricate moving parts lightly if motion feels sticky. Ensure locks fully stop wheel or rotation when engaged. Frame and weld inspection. Check frame for stress fractures, dents, or warped sections. Inspect welds and joints for cracks or weakness. Touch-up and corrosion control. Lightly sand any surface rust spots. Apply touch-up paint or anti-rust spray as needed. Store dolly in dry area when not in use. Bigfoot's grip and lighting section, where practical know-how meets dedication. We aren't experts, but we understand what needs to be done to keep our grip and lighting equipment performing at its best. Through consistent maintenance and hands-on care, we ensure everything is ready for your production needs. Follow our journey as we tackle routine tasks with precision and keep things running smoothly. Like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated with our simple but effective maintenance practices.